So you're thinking about moving to Oshawa, but you're not sure which is the best area to move to? Well, stay tuned through this video as I go over the top 5 areas to purchase real estate in Oshawa. It's Brad with Right at Home Realty, and if you're new to the channel or you haven't done yet, please do subscribe. The button is about here, and then you're notified each and every time I do post a new video, which is going to be about Oshawa, to hopefully answer people's questions about moving to Oshawa. I moved here in 2012 from Brampton, so I knew nothing about living here, playing here. I knew nothing about any of it, and over the years I've learned all of this, and I'm here to answer questions other people may have regarding this. I absolutely love it when people reach out, so please do. My cell phone number, email address is all down below, and you can even drop comments and I'll respond back to those if you do have specific questions. If you have ideas on other videos, put it in the comments as well, and I'd absolutely love to do that. And I hope you enjoy the video, so let's get started. So I'm standing here in the Donovan section of Oshawa, which runs from north of the 401 to about south of King, and then it runs from Wilson Road east all the way to Town Line. It's an area mostly made up of 1950s, 1960s style bungalows. They are starting to rejuvenate it a little bit, so I'm standing right now on the Symphony Towns, which this property behind me you can see used to be a school, so that was no longer being used anymore. So this company bought it and they've transitioned it over into townhomes, so they're selling them now, and you know, it's going to rejuvenate the area a little bit. And so this is Harmony Road behind me here, and you can see that there's a little park there, but the most important with Harmony, it runs from the 401, it goes all the way north. So if you were going to be doing shopping, most likely you're going to take Harmony Road up to about Taunton. That's where like the Home Depot, the Walmart, the Superstore, for your shopping. There's a bunch of other little big box stores in there, and then also there's the Dell Park Center, which is where they have 4 skating pads, swimming pool. They have programs, community programs. The main thing I think that makes Donovan desirable and why it made the top 5 on my list is because it's an area with not a lot of turnover. It's mostly owner-occupied homes, so it sits at about 76% of the properties in this community are actually owners living there. So that's why this one came in at number 5. So I'm in the McLaughlin area of Oshawa now, which is very central Oshawa. It runs north from King up to about Roslyn, and then it runs halfway through the Oshawa Golf and Country Club, where I'm actually standing right now, up to just past Thornton Road. It's a great area. I lived here from 2013 to 2017, and both of my neighbors were original owners, and that's one of the reasons why it made my top 5 list, is because of the amount of people here that have lived here for a long time. It's a quiet community. It's very close to everything, so if you needed to go shopping, to catch the 401, the 407, you're really close by, very central. This area has 7 public schools, 4 Catholic schools. There's 16 parks, so there's a lot of green areas, and it's mostly residential housing, which is very good. It's an area with a lot of 1960s style bungalows and side splits. The main thing I think that's drawing a lot of investors or people moving here is the properties are actually they're easy to duplex. So as long as you filter it out properly and you do your homework before you purchase it, a lot of them that you see, they're being purchased for, you know, $450,000 to $500,000, being renovated, legalized as a duplex, and then they're selling them for close to $700,000. So it's really great on that. I used to come here in the winter actually with my pup and take him through the golf course, and he used to love it. He could just run around and be a dog, and that's why this year made my my top 5. It's actually number 4 for me, and I hope you enjoy.
This is Teddy's. I had to put it in there. It's a fantastic restaurant. It's been around in Oshawa for a very long time, and the place is absolutely packed. Most times if you go for dinner, it's the closest you can get to a home-cooked meal without being at home.
The third best location to buy real estate in Oshawa is located within the Vanier district, and the main draw to this area, which is the 401 up to about King Street, and then it runs from the Oshawa Creek to just west of Thornton Road, is the Oshawa Center, which is behind me here. You can see how large this mall is. It's over 1 million square feet that has tons of stores, restaurants, food, different services that are being in there. It's a great area that's been very popular over the last little while. Anywhere there's a mall, you normally have a built-up transit system because you want the mall to be able to have people come to it and leave it. And so there's a bus stop that's here that will take you pretty much everywhere. You have the Thornton Road GO station, which is about 5 minutes from here as well, which will take you to Union Station in about 40 to 50 minutes, which sure beats the heck out of driving in traffic every morning if you are commuting. If you're going to Scarborough, anywhere else along the 401, it's very close and it's a good location for that. The area is built up of homes that were built between 1960 and 1990, so there's nothing brand new here, but affordability has always been good, and it's mixed up between any type of property that you would be thinking about. Apartment buildings, detached, townhomes, semi-detached, multiplexes, mixed-use residential. Everything is pretty much in this area, and it's been very popular over the last little while. Number 2 on my list is the most controversial mall. It's Lakeview, which is the south part of Oshawa. Pretty much behind me here is Lake Ontario, and I'm standing at the beach right now, so if it's really windy, I do apologize, but I wanted to get this view in here because not many cities can say they have a beach like this at their doorsteps. Right now, Lakeview Park is an area of high rental area. So 60% of the properties here are actually being rented out to people. 40% are owner-occupied properties. One thing I see in this area of Lakeview is the transition. Right now, it's 60% rentals, 40% are actually owner-occupied properties. Over time, that's changing because people are moving here due to affordability. You can get homes here from $350,000 up to $500,000 that you can't get in other parts of the city. And then the fact that Lakeview Park is right at your doorsteps, it's going to help boost values because for the most part, you can walk to this park, go to the beach. They have Rib Fest. They have so many events. Canada Day, they have fireworks and everything set up for the kids. We come here all the time and we walk through the paths. It's a great place to be and be able to enjoy. I hope you enjoy this backdrop and the wind didn't kill the video, but it is a good area in terms of future value. The area itself has 5 schools that are 5 public schools, 2 Catholic schools, and then there's 14 parks. So they do have a lot to offer here. I'm still at Lakeview Park here, and the reason I changed the view here instead of the beach is because the buildings behind me are actually historical buildings that have turned into museums, and these were around in the late 1800s to early 1900s. There's a playground for the kids. The walking trails are right there, and there's just so much to offer at this Lakeview Park that a lot of people I don't think are utilizing to full effect. We are at our top spot here to buy real estate here in Oshawa. It's spot number 1. It's called the O'Neill section, and it runs from King Street, which is that downtown street that goes right through downtown, and it goes north up to Roslyn. It starts at Wilson when you're going east-west, and it goes to the Oshawa Golf Course. It's an area that it has a ton of history behind it. Simcoe Street itself, a lot of the executives back when GM was in full operation, they lived along this street, and you can tell. We'll do a drive-by after and you'll be able to see the types of homes that there were. This house here is probably the most famous house in Oshawa. It's called Parkwood Estate. It was owned by R.S. McLaughlin, one of the founding partners of what turned into be General Motors Canada. And he lived here for quite a while, and then he ended up donating it to the city. So it's now a historic site that you can actually go into. I've gone in here with my wife to see what it was like, and it's very fascinating to see how things were built way back then. This area itself, it has 9 public schools, 4 Catholic schools, it has a private school, and it has 9 parks. So it's definitely geared towards family. It's the homes are, mostly built before 1960. When you have that, you have bigger lots. Normally they're quiet. The turnover here hasn't been too high. The amount of owner-occupied homes here is at 83%. So there's only 17% of the homes being rented. It is an area where you can pick up a 2-bedroom for about $420,000, and depending on the house, you can get an estate-type home, and they go over $1 million. On average, though, I would say a house in this area is in and around the $520,000 to $550,000 range. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it answered some of your questions that you may have had. If you do have other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to those. If you're thinking about relocating here to Oshawa, I absolutely love it when people reach out. All my information is below. Give me a call, shoot me a text, you can email me, send the carrier pigeons, whatever is easier for you. That's why I do these videos, to help answer questions for people. And just as a little piece of bonus information, Oshawa has an airport, and a lot of people don't know about that. And you can do a flight lesson where they'll show you how to fly a plane. If you forgot at the beginning of the video, please subscribe to my channel, click the little bell, and if you like the video, please like the video itself. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to helping you if you are relocating here.